Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the defending champion. Fighting tonight out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing black with white and weighed in officially at 249.1 pounds. Hailing from Chatham, Kent, England. He was a stellar amateur and now as a professional undefeated with 12 wins. 10 of his 12 wins coming by way of knockout. WBO Intercontinental and WBA International Heavyweight Championships. Moses Itauma.
El combate comienza ya.
Dice Rafa Rodríguez que su nivel a la hora de pronosticar es igual que el nuestro cantando, o sea que flojo, ¿no?
Era uno de los grandes atletas de fuerza en España, Víctor Casado, el valenciano del Prat de Llobregat, que es un gran forofo del boxeo. Dice que gana Johnson el tercero.
Bueno, a ver. Bueno, aquí está Jermaine Franklin.
Bueno, pues el 989 asesino.
This is not hype. It's a dangerous youth versus experience heavyweight clash with real legacy stakes. Teenage knockout machine Moses Itauma faces battle-tested American Jermaine Franklin in a fight that could reshape heavyweight rankings overnight. One explosive moment can fast-track a future superstar or brutally expose inexperience under elite pressure. Moses Itauma's rise has been nothing short of terrifying. Armed with elite speed, sharp footwork, and ruthless finishing instincts, the teenage phenom is quickly becoming boxing's most valuable heavyweight prospect. Standing in his way is Jermaine Franklin, a durable, experienced contender who has gone rounds with elite heavyweights and knows how to survive and punish mistakes. This fight is a calculated test, hype versus hard-earned experience, future superstar versus proven resistance. The heavyweight division is always searching for its next monster, and Moses Itauma might be that answer. Undefeated, explosive, and only 20 years old, Itauma steps into the ring again, a seasoned American opponent who has gone rounds with elite-level fighters. This isn't just a fight. It's a moment that could confirm hype or expose vulnerability. Power versus experience, youth versus survival instincts. One mistake could end everything. And that's what makes this heavyweight clash impossible to ignore. Welcome to this full fight breakdown of Moses Itauma versus Jermaine Franklin, a crucial heavyweight matchup taking place at the Coop Live Arena in Manchester on January 24th. In this video, we analyze everything from fighter records, knockout power, physical advantages, and recent performances to experience gaps and stylistic matchups. Itauma enters as boxing's fast-rising prospect, while Franklin brings battle-tested durability. By the end of this breakdown, you'll understand exactly what's at stake and how this fight could unfold. British heavyweight prospect Moses Itauma puts his undefeated record on the line when he faces American contender Jermaine Franklin at the Coop Live Arena in Manchester on January 24th. This matchup brings together youth, power, and momentum against experience, durability, and ring intelligence. Itauma enters the fight as one of boxing's most talked about young heavyweights, while Franklin looks to spoil the hype by using his veteran savvy. The stakes are high as both fighters chase relevance in a competitive heavyweight division. Moses Itauma comes into this fight with a perfect professional record of 13 wins, 0 losses, and 0 draws, with an impressive 11 victories coming by stoppage. At just 20 years old, Itauma has already built a reputation for explosive power, aggressive pressure, and a calm presence inside the ring. His ability to finish fights early has separated him from most prospects at this stage of his career, making every appearance a must-watch event for boxing fans and analysts alike. Jermaine Franklin steps into the ring with a solid and respectable record of 24 wins, 2 losses, and no draws, including 15 victories by knockout. Unlike Itauma, Franklin has been tested across long fights and difficult situations, gaining valuable experience against durable opposition. His resume reflects a fighter who understands pacing, defense, and survival at the heavyweight level. Franklin's challenge will be converting that experience into effective resistance against a younger, faster, and more powerful opponent. Statistically, Moses Itauma holds a clear power advantage heading into this contest, with an impressive strike percentage of 85% compared to Franklin's 63%. These numbers highlight Itauma's accuracy, timing, and finishing instincts. Franklin, while less explosive, relies more on volume, durability, and ring positioning. Power alone does not guarantee victory, but in the heavyweight division, efficiency and punch placement often decide outcomes. And this is an area where Itauma clearly excels over his opponent. Physical attributes further favor the British prospect. Moses Itauma is 12 years younger than Jermaine Franklin, standing at just 20 years old. He also enjoys a 4-inch height advantage and a 2-inch reach advantage, giving him the ability to control distance and dictate exchanges. These physical tools, combined with his southpaw stance, present Franklin with a difficult puzzle to solve. Southpaw heavyweights with speed and power are rare, and Franklin must adjust quickly to avoid early danger. Stylistically, the contrast is clear. Moses Itauma fights from a southpaw stance, using sharp angles, explosive entries, and heavy left-hand power. Jermaine Franklin operates from an orthodox stance, relying on fundamental boxing skills, defensive awareness, and counterpunching. Franklin's task will be to slow the pace, survive early rounds, and extend the fight into deeper territory. Itauma, on the other hand, will look to impose himself early and turn physical advantages into decisive moments. Experience is one of the few areas where Franklin holds a major advantage. Itauma has 13 fewer professional fights and has competed in only 26 professional rounds compared to Franklin's extensive 149 rounds. Franklin turned professional in 2015, nearly 2 years before Itauma's debut in 2017. That difference represents countless rounds of learning, adapting, and surviving adversity. The key question is whether Franklin's experience can offset Itauma's youth, power, and athletic dominance on fight night. Despite his limited professional experience, Moses Itauma has climbed the heavyweight rankings at a remarkable pace. Entering this fight, he is ranked number 1 by the WBA, number 1 by the WB, number 4 by the WBC, number 11 by the IBF, and 9th by the Ring. These rankings reflect the industry's belief in his potential and future championship prospects. Franklin, while respected, enters as the underdog, facing a fighter viewed as a future world title contender. Momentum heavily favors Itauma, who remains undefeated and has stopped his last 5 opponents. His recent performances show a fighter growing in confidence, efficiency, and composure. In his most recent bout on August 16, 2025, Itauma demolished Dan White via first-round technical knockout at the ANB Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The victory reinforced his reputation as a fast starter with dangerous finishing instincts, capable of ending fights before opponents find rhythm or stability. Before that dominant performance, Itauma continued his knockout streak against credible opposition. He stopped Mike Balogun via second-round technical knockout on May 24, 2025, at the SSE Hydro in Great Britain. Earlier, he dismantled Demsey Mekan with a first-round TKO on December 21, 2024. At Kingdom Arena in Riyadh. These wins demonstrate consistency across different venues and opponents, showing that Itauma's power translates regardless of environment or pressure. Further back, Moses Itauma delivered decisive victories against experienced heavyweights, stopping Mariusz Wach in the second round on July 27, 2024, at the O2 Arena in London. He also finished Michael Bolos with a first-round technical knockout on December 1, 2023, at York Hall in Bethnal Green. These performances highlight Itauma's ability to break down seasoned fighters efficiently, a sign that his development is accelerating faster than most heavyweights his age. Jermaine Franklin's recent form has been more mixed, though still respectable. He has won 3 of his last 5 fights, stopping one opponent and going the distance twice. In his most recent bout, Franklin earned a unanimous decision victory over Ivan Dichko on September 13, 2025. In a 10-round contest in Las Vegas. The win showcased Franklin's durability and ability to manage long fights, attribute that could prove vital if he survives the early rounds against Itauma. Prior to that, Franklin secured a 6th-round technical knockout against Devin Vargas on May 23, 2024, in Detroit, displaying moments of offensive effectiveness. He also claimed a unanimous decision victory over Isaac Munoz on July 15, 2023, in another 10-round bout. These results confirm Franklin's toughness and conditioning, but they also reveal a pattern of extended fights rather than explosive finishes. Against Itauma, time may not be a luxury he can rely on. The key narrative entering this fight centers on whether experience can withstand raw talent and momentum. Franklin's path to victory requires discipline, survival, and patience, hoping to exploit any mistakes made by the young prospect. Itauma's strategy is far simpler but equally dangerous. Apply pressure early, capitalize on power advantages, and prevent Franklin from settling into a rhythm. Heavyweight boxing often rewards the fighter who controls the opening exchanges, and Itauma has made a career of doing exactly that. As fight night approaches, expectations remain high for Moses Itauma to continue his rapid rise in the heavyweight division, while Jermaine Franklin brings experience, durability, and professionalism. The physical advantages, power statistics, and recent knockout streak heavily favor the British prospect. If Itauma maintains composure and executes his game plan, another stoppage victory appears likely. However, should Franklin weather the storm, this bout could offer valuable answers about Itauma's readiness for the elite level of heavyweight boxing. As fight night approaches, one thing is clear: Moses Itauma versus Jermaine Franklin is more than a routine heavyweight bout. It's a measuring stick for a young contender and a survival test for a proven veteran. Whether this fight ends in another explosive knockout or stretches into deep water, it will answer important questions about Itauma's future at the elite level. Stay tuned for more heavyweight breakdowns, fight previews, and honest analysis as this division continues to evolve. Fight night comes down to one question: can raw explosiveness overpower seasoned durability? Itauma will look to make an early statement with speed and precision, while Franklin aims to drag him into deep, uncomfortable waters where experience matters most. Whether it ends in a knockout or a disciplined breakdown, this result will echo through the heavyweight division. One man moves closer to superstardom and title conversations, the other fights to keep his career alive.